Welcome to the Business of Design podcast. I'm Cheryl Horn, Director of Operations for Business of Design. A lot has changed at Business of Design since this episode originally aired. For the latest information and rates on events and membership at Business of Design, head to businessofdesign.com. Enjoy the show.
Hey, you fabulous designer type you. Welcome to Business of Design, episode number 126, a continuation of a conversation with Allan Lopes, healthy building expert, called Building in Wellness Part 2. In episode 123, which was the first part, I shared that I came away from the conversation with Allan with a deeper respect and appreciation for the work I do on behalf of my clients. That's really valuable, right? I actually feel like I can see a path or an opportunity to increase my value as a designer with my clients. And I can do that by bringing them something they want, but don't necessarily articulate with me, and that's well-being. So my clients win, but I also win because I come away from it feeling more purposeful, and that increases my own self-worth as a business owner. The conversation was so powerful and meaningful, we separated it into two parts so you can really take it in and absorb what's being said. But like I said in episode number 123, even in two parts, we barely scratched the surface on this topic. So you can expect more learning at Business of Design related to well-being and healthy building. As well, I'll be doing some learning directly with Allan because I want to know more about the Healthy Building Certificate. So all of Allan's information is at businessofdesign.com in the show notes. If you're not in the habit of checking Business of Design show notes, I recommend it. There's lots of good stuff there. In episode 123, we explored 4 parts of a 10-part list, a really great overview of all the things you want to be aware of if wellness is important to you as you're entering a decorating, renovating, or building project. If you haven't heard episode 123, obviously I encourage you to go and listen to that. In that episode, I was beyond thrilled to learn that my desire to create individualized or personalized spaces for my clients actually provides my clients with better physical and mental health. And that getting the lighting right, which is something I always think is so important, but I'm not sure I've had the best grasp of the language I need to use. So vitally important though, because it affects productivity, hormone production, and overall mind and body balance. I also learned that healthy acoustics, eliminating those not so harmless white noises in the background, can be fundamental to mental well-being and play a part in more serious body imbalances like obesity and diabetes. I joked with Allan that I am now going to call myself Dr. Seldon and prescribe more opulent drapey treatments and luxurious area carpets to my clients. But really, truly imagine I now have the language I need to speak with authority about some of these essential purchases that aren't just because they're pretty. Lots of great information in the episode ahead as well. I won't give it away. I'll let Allan tell you all about it. Let's check in with Cheryl Horn. Cheryl, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. You and I have a late night coming up.
We do, and I've been getting questions about that late night.
Me too.
Yeah, this week we usually do our group coaching calls on Wednesday afternoons, but this time we're doing it Tuesday, August 20th at 11 o'clock p.m. EST, which is going to be Wednesday at 1 p.m. for Australia, those in Sydney. We've been talking about doing this for so long, but we're finally doing a group coaching call that our Australian members can join in on. So many of them submit questions in advance and we do address them on the call. Others actually wake up in the middle of the night in order to join us live. So now it's our turn. We're going to stay up late and we have been getting questions just to check if that time is correct. So again, it's August 20th and it's 11 o'clock p.m. EST. It is correct. You can still register, submit your questions in advance.
All right. So I may be in my pajamas, just full disclosure. And Cheryl, we're going to be together. So it's a pajama party.
Yes.
We have a lot of parties coming up.
We do, celebrating Business of Design's 15th birthday. And the big celebration for that one is going to be at High Point Market on Saturday, October 19th. We're doing a party at the Point from 5 to 7 p.m. It is a free event, but we are asking you to register. We need to know how many people are coming. We want to know who of our advocates are coming, our members, those who are new to Business of Design. We just want to sort of get a head count and find out who's going to be joining us. But if you are at High Point earlier in the day at 10 o'clock in the morning, again on the Saturday, you'll also be speaking on stage, talking about have the professional life you've always wanted. So make sure you check out those two events if you're going to be at High Point this year.
That's right. You can bookend your Saturday at High Point with Business of Design. The 10 a.m. talk, have the professional life you've always wanted. I'll be talking about protocols and systems and strategies that you can implement immediately. And then it's going to be a big party, 5 to 7 p.m. I've noticed that we are getting a ton of RSVPs, so we are keeping a close watch on the numbers because we do have a limit. We do not want to run out of champagne. We do not want to run out of birthday cake. We do not want to run out of prizes. So please RSVP right away if you think you're going to be coming. And do, again, like Cheryl said, let us know if you're a BOD advocate or a Business of Design monthly or annual member, because we do want to recognize you at the event in a special way. And if you're new, we want to get to know you. So come on out and meet the best designers in the world at High Point on October 19th. We also have a couple of little celebrations happening at Business of Design chapter meetings, one in Washington, D.C., and one in Nashville. So if you want information on those, go to businessofdesign.com or go to Cheryl Horn. Which one, Cheryl?
Either one. I'm happy to answer any questions, and I will be putting you in touch. If you get in touch with me directly, putting you in touch directly with our chapter advocates so that you can be part of that local group.
Okay, cool. The retreat is absolutely totally sold out, but there is a waiting list. And for those of you
There is, and the wait list is getting pretty long too. So if you did miss out on the retreat, not long after is the conference, which we're pretty excited about. And I think that one will be here before we know it as well. The early bird rate is $11.95 until September. And the conference itself is happening January 25th and 26th. It's a Saturday and Sunday. And then the Las Vegas market gets started on the Monday. So you can plan to attend both of them together.
So many questions about the conference from people who are brand new to the community. If I go to the conference, will I be able to follow along? Because we know that you've been teaching for 15 years. And what if it's all new content? The answer is yes, you will be able to follow along. You will work hard. You will leave with systems that we will encourage you to implement following the conference. If you want to see a real difference in your business, we know we can help you do that. And the other side of the equation is I've been a member of Business of Design since 2004. Am I going to learn something new at the conference? And yes, you're the reason why I work so hard, because I have to stay ahead of all of you fabulous people. So I'm learning new information so I can teach new information at the conference. We work really hard to make sure we always have impeccable integrity. So when we tell you we guarantee this will be great information you can use, we mean it. We have a lot of obstacles to overcome around conferences, right? Because there's so many interior design conferences that are total waste. They're super fun. Everyone's super nice, but you leave and you go, wait a minute, I don't know if I learned anything valuable. So we don't want you to have that experience with us. We are committed to making sure you learn something that is important to your business and your life. So please come out for the conference. Again, there is going to be a limit to how many people. If you want to save a couple $100, get in on it right away. But even if you buy your ticket in September or October, it's a ridiculous value for what you're going to learn at the conference. Thank you, Cheryl. There is a lot going on. Get back to work.
I will, and I will see everyone for the live webinar.
Yay! This episode of Business of Design is brought to you by BuildLane. BuildLane is an extraordinary app that you can use, you clever designer, to order custom furniture from the comfort of your office. No visit to the factory or showroom rep required. Design details will not be overlooked, and by communicating directly with BuildLane and by extension with the factory, you'll enjoy shorter lead times and increased profitability. As you may know, I've ordered a first piece of furniture for Kimberley Seldon Design Group, and the process has been ultra smooth. I will definitely describe the finished piece when I receive it and make sure I finish the story with everyone. Right now, though, you can enter a contest to win $2,500 worth of custom furniture. It's easy. Set up a free account at buildlane.com. There is no purchase required, and the contest is open to residents of U.S. and Canada. For more information, head over to businessofdesign.com. You can click on the Build Lane ad and set up that account really fast. Thank you so much, Build Lane, for your support of Business of Design and our amazing community. And now, back to the show.
Welcome to the Business of Design podcast with Kimberley Seldon. Business of Design is the coaching community for independent designers like you. We know it takes more than hard work and talent to successfully run a professional design firm. There are proven business strategies that can solve your immediate challenges and transform your life. Don't try to do this alone. Join today and you'll have access to more than 100 video courses, participate in monthly coaching calls, and find unlimited support within our exclusive members-only Facebook group. Unlike traditional coaching, BOD is a fast track to immediate results for independent interior designers, decorators, architects, stagers, and landscapers just like you. Monthly membership is only $79. Annual members save 2 months. What are you waiting for? We all know design matters. At Business of Design, we think designers matter too.
Again, this is a continuation of episode 123. Allan Lopes discussed the first 4 concepts in healthy building in episode 123, including designing for an individual and how that can actually increase well-being. He discussed lighting, which is a topic we have to come back to because there's so much, acoustics, and also healthy building and furniture materials. You're jumping in now to the conversation already underway. Allan goes right to number 5.
5, yes. Yeah, that's correct. 5 is water quality. Usually it's an overlooked thing as well. We go for the designing and we just don't really take a deeper look in what kind of filtration systems we are putting into every water outlet, not only the water that we're going to drink, but also the water that we shower, the water that we use in the sink, because we are in contact with that water, and our body absorbs the water through the skin as well. It's not only by drinking it. So when you are in the shower, you're absorbing a lot of water, especially if you're taking a hot shower. Your pores are open, so whatever is in the water is going into your body. Of course, not in the same amount as if you drink it, but it is going in your body, and it can, in time, that can make an effect for the good or for the better, or for the bad. I'm sorry. And so having filtration systems, either a central filtration system for the entire house or small filtration systems for each outlet, this is a very important thing.
Conversations we can begin to have with those trades we rely on, right? And make sure that they're aware that this is important as well.
Yes. And this is a topic where clients are very aware, especially high-end clients. They are very aware of the impact of water in the quality of life as in general, like the pH of the water, if there is certain minerals or the lacking of some minerals in the water, the addition of like C vitamin and things like that in the water. People are very aware today about this, but they usually think of that like in the water that the bottled water that they're going to buy. They bringing this to the designing of the house is bringing all this wellness society that we are living in. It's getting into this trend and bringing into your work. So I can be part of this trend, not only by being a medical profession or by being a nutrition professional, but I can also be part of the wellness trend by being a designer and putting good filtration systems in the house.
So I need to wrap my head around this. I need to consider the quality of the water we drink, but also the quality of the water that we shower in. And this is going to sound really naive, but I'm thinking of all the outdoor showers I've installed in cottage country. And most of them are on septic systems that may or may not be purified, that have the UV lighting that keeps them clean. That is opening up a whole new area for me to think about. So I'm going to have a little work to do following this podcast. I don't even know if I'm ready for number 6 through 10. This may give me enough to do for a while, but anyway, let's move forward.
Number 6. Number 6 is it's a more controversial topic, which is the electromagnetic pollution. Scientifically, there's still debate on how and how much electromagnetic fields impact our health, and it's harder to see, because it's invisible. You can't smell it, so it's a harder and more technical topic. But the bottom line is, the less electromagnetic fields that you have in home, specifically in the bedroom, the better those people are going to sleep. So when designing, if we can diminish the amount of electric fields around people, and by electric fields, we also are talking about Wi-Fi waves. We also are talking about cell phone antennas close to the house. And the less you have that, the better they sleep. And the sleep is a foundation of health and well-being. The better they sleep, the more healthy and the more energetic the person's going to be.
I know a lot of people who sleep with their cell phone, right beside them, and answer texts in the middle of the night, and that's problematic for sure.
Yeah, well, that is bad, definitely, but it's not as bad as having, for example, the Wi-Fi modem inside the bedroom. Oh. That's much worse, because the cell phone, especially today's cell phone, they don't keep on emitting radiation all the time. They're very energy efficient, and one way of saving energy is by only connecting when you need to connect. But the modems, those are on all the time. Those are broadcasting energy fields all the time. So I would be more concerned in turning off the modem at night than turning off the cell phone. But yeah, if I can't have the cell phone charging away from the bed, that's much better than having it just by the side of the bed, which is usually what people do.
Good. Thank you for clarifying that. And by the way, as you're listening to this, if you want to know more, and I want to know more for sure, Allan has a healthy building certificate program that you can explore. Is that right, Allan?
Yeah, that is correct. And we definitely bring some training eventually. So we're about to launch training in the next few months here in the United States. And maybe we can even do that together through your platform. Since you have a lot of trainings there, we can definitely put a health and wellness oriented training there.
We would love that. I'm really, really loving this conversation, and I want to know more for sure. Let's make sure we cover off the remaining of the list of 10. Yep. We're at number 7.
Number 7 is the indoor air quality, which goes hand by hand with number 5, which is the quality of materials that we use. But it also adds the thing that we should have better filtration systems when we don't have open windows. The thing is that the indoor air quality, it's very bad. The EPA researches show that sometimes indoor air quality is 100% more polluted than the outside, even in a busy place like Santa Monica. So having your windows open, that's a great thing. But that's a problem with regulating temperature, right? So we close all the windows and we turn on the AC and we put it in the temperature that we want. But what happens is that the air is now not being exchanged with nature. And every time you get nature out of the equation, you have wellness and health problems. You take the natural light out, you have problems. You take the natural water out, you have problems. You take the natural air out, you're going to have problems as well. So we definitely need to be either connected with nature, or we have to supply whatever we are cutting off from nature. So filtration systems, usually, they are only efficient for the machine, for the AC unit machine, so that the machine lasts longer and doesn't break, right? but we can definitely use that opportunity to have the AC filter upgraded to another level and include filtering those chemicals that could be off-gassing from the cabinets, as we've spoken recently, and from other sources, especially from cleaning materials. That's a big source of bad indoor quality. And I know that designers don't go into this thing, but it is a very important topic for the quality of life in a constructed environment. But filtering air, it's a very important thing. Having clean air without any chemicals and things like that, very important thing. So that's topic number 7.
Sometimes we don't go deeply into a topic. However, part of our proposition with clients is that we know who to ask to get expert advice about all of these things. And just being able to say to my clients, like, water filtration and air infiltration in your home is critically important. So we're going to get these experts in to make sure your home is up to healthy living standards. Yeah,
that's a job that the Healthy Building Certificate is doing, both in Brazil, Florida, and now we're going to start here in California, which is bringing to the table to have a conversation those technical guys that are around us and that we rely on them so much, like the electrician, like the guy that the HVAC guy, in order to tell them that this is an important thing and that the designer needs the support on this in choosing the right manufacturers, not only for the AC unit, but also for the maintenance of that AC unit, which brings the filters to the table. And very inexpensive thing as well, very easy to implement, and you get a great result out of it.
I'm thinking I'm just about to renovate our condo in Santa Monica. We've been on a waiting list for like 9 years to get a turn to renovate because the building only lets one family at a time renovate, which is kind of crazy. But I'm thinking this is the perfect time to have all these conversations as we're about to begin this renovation.
Yes, this is the perfect time. But you have two separate things here. One thing is the renovation. You're going to get better AC units and better product qualities and everything, which are going to last. That's one thing. The second thing is the maintenance of the building, which can start right now. You can just go and change the AC filter right now. You can just go and change the cleaning products for better cleaning products right now. You can go and open the windows early in the morning every day and have it open for 5-10 minutes, renovate the air, then close it again so you have temperature comfort in there. Maintaining, that's actually the last topic that we're going to talk about. We're just I'm going ahead of ourselves. Maintaining a healthy building is just as important as designing and building one.
This is really an empowering conversation. I'm happy we're having it. Let's go through 8 and 9, and then we can wrap up with maintaining.
Yeah, 8 and 9. 8 is landscaping, or actually we could name it a different way, which we can call it biophilia. So whatever name, but it's bringing nature into the design, not living only outside, but bringing it in, which basically means bringing plants and natural materials for furniture and things like that. The more you have natural materials, this concept called biophilia, I don't know how much you are familiar with it, but it's a concept that states that we feel happier being close to nature. And this is a thing that we can all observe. We go to the beach, we go to the parks, every extended weekend, holidays, people usually like to go to nature. That's where we feel happy, we feel connected. And so why wait for the weekends? Why wait for the holidays to be connected with nature if you can bring a little bit of nature in the design, So having plants, having things like that, having edible plants, like plants that you can actually interact. It's not only for looking pretty and looking beautiful, which is a very important part of well-being, beauty, but also it's a great thing. Simple and great thing. You just get a few leaves of peppermint from your garden in your kitchen, and you make a tea. And you drink that tea instead of getting the bag from the grocery store. And, it's a very different feeling when you have that interaction with nature, like right there. And you don't have to wait to go to Yosemite Park, to have that. Although I love Yosemite Park, I went there last week.
It's so gorgeous, huh? Okay, so as a doctor of design, I can throw around this term biophilia, and my clients will be super impressed. I love that.
Yeah, biophilia is very. There's a lot of people. Our designers in Brazil, they say they are biophilia designers. Or healthy designers. I call myself Dr. Building, but you can call yourself designer doctor. That's a great name.
There you go. I like this. I think we're all figuring out, we can actually use this as a differentiation when we're talking to our clients, which is really important. I recently bought a little, what do you call it? Like a little planter that sits on my countertop, and it has grow lights on it. So I have basil and chives and little cherry tomatoes growing on the counter. And it's been just so much fun to have a little garden inside.
Yeah, it is. It is a lot of fun. Like today, I just have this plant that I don't even know which one is it here in the office that just, a flower came out. It just gives you a great feeling, of being alive and being around life. It just feels good.
Number 9.
Number 9 is it's a topic that everybody already talks about, is designing for sustainability. So we definitely have to think of the planet. So it's not the focus, but it's something that it's in the checklist. We the more we can, we have to try to use renovate materials that we can recycle, things like that. It's important not for the person, but for the planet. We cannot leave it out of the checklist, But it's not a topic that we go deeper into it, because there's so much other people more qualified than us to talk about this, but so that we don't forget that we also have to take care of the planet.
Of course. And then, as you said, maintenance is something we need to think about all year long, regardless of what stage our clients are at in terms of our project.
And actually, a little deeper than that, which is designing for maintenance. When you are thinking about what you're going to put in a house, you should be thinking about how is this thing going to be cleaned later on? What kind of products eventually people will have to use so that this thing can actually keep on looking nice. Extending that thought to the maintenance may help you design, maybe help you prescribe, but since we are design doctors, prescribe this or that material for the design. And then later on, once it is built and people are living in there, keep on looking at, especially cleaning products. It's amazing how much, we have 85,000 different chemicals going on around us, and less than 3,000 of them were tested for human consumption. And we consume, all the cleaning products because we touch them, we smell them, we get in contact with them all the time. And some of them are really, really hazardous. In Brazil, for example, most of the stain removers for wood, if you have a nice, beautiful wood table or things like that, 90% of the cleaning materials for that product in Brazil, they have benzene. Benzene is a substance that is guaranteed to give you cancer. It's not like it might give you cancer. It's guaranteed. You breathe benzene for a while, you're going to develop cancer in 2-3 years. And you're not going to connect in 2-3 years that you have a cancer diagnosis with the cleaning product that you're using for your wood table.
Wow.
That's very important. And frightening, this is the thing that when I say it makes me feel bad, but it has to be said. We have to think about it. As professionals, it is not only a great marketing advantage, because we definitely become irreplaceable. Once you bring those things to the table, the client will never replace you. They go, okay, I'm not going for another designer. I'm going for this guy because he cares about me. But also as a person, as doing the right thing. It's like I don't want prescribe something that might give somebody a bad time later on.
You know, when you're young and not as familiar with the ways of the world, you can't imagine a situation where somebody would produce a product that has an element that is guaranteed to cause you cancer, right? Like you just kind of wish everybody had just, how about a little integrity, you know? And until people grow some integrity, then all of us need to speak up and say, no, we're not buying that, and here's why, and be more vocal about it.
Yeah. And again, designers, they have so much power, you know, because they are the ones that can tell this both to clients and manufacturers. They're right in the middle, and they can, spread the word for both of them.
I love it. Allan, you know we end every episode with something called design intervention. I can't imagine what else you could possibly share with us. You've already given us so much.
Well, for me, it's a more abstract thing, which is becoming irreplaceable. You know, once you bring in a differential that your client understands as something that nobody else can bring or few people else could bring, you're becoming irreplaceable. And once you reach that level and bringing health and wellness into your design, whatever topics of these or all of these topics that you're putting into your design, and you communicate, of course, to your client, you become irreplaceable right there. So that's the intervention, becoming irreplaceable.
Fantastic. And you helped us all do that a little bit today by giving us so much information. Thank you so, so much. I look forward to meeting you one day soon in Los Angeles.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for allowing me to spread the word about health and well-being in the built environment. Thank you.
Thank you for being a part of the Business of Design community. If you love what you hear on the podcast, take the next step by signing up at businessofdesign.com. As our thank you, you'll gain access to Business of Design's 15-step project management strategy, a free introductory course which includes 3 Business of Design systems you can implement for immediate results. And when you're ready for success, a Business of Design membership, monthly or annual, will dramatically improve your business and your life. What are you waiting for? Together we will achieve extraordinary results. Start today.